This is James Helder for the Cassis and Helder Show. This week I'm in the Ingle Gym, Ingle HQ in Sheffield. With me I've got the Commonwealth and European champion Quigg Galahad. What's happening, kid? You alright?
All good, brother. All good.
Good. First and foremost, how you been keeping, mate?
Been keeping good, thank you. Been training hard, keeping on top of everything, and ready to fight. Hopefully May, June times.
I mean, you're looking in great shape. You're never out in the gym though, are you? You're one of these people that live in the gym.
I'm a gym rat. Spend all my time in the gym, 24/7. That's what I do. Dedicated to the craft that I'm in.
How do you think you're progressing so far?
Learning all the time, learning new stuff, trying to get better each day, and just learning.
I'm glad we got that out of the way. Let's talk about the stuff we really want to talk about. The super bantamweight division at the moment in the UK. One of our stronger divisions. What are your thoughts on it?
Probably one of the best divisions at the minute. The super bantamweight division and the super middleweight division. Best two divisions. I'd say the best two divisions we've got. We've got me, number one. We've got Carl Frampton. We've got Scott Quigg, and it's gonna be exciting times.
Did you happen to watch Jazza Dickens last Saturday winning the British title you vacated?
No, I didn't get to watch it. I was out in training camp, but I heard he boxed really well, and it's about time he won a British title.
I mean, the super bantamweight division is incredible. Would a Super 6 tournament interest you being involved? So we're talking Quigg Galahad, Scott Quigg, Carl Frampton, Santa Cruz, Rigondeaux, and I'm going to throw in Jazza Dickens as a wild card. Would that interest you?
Yeah, it would. Of course it interests me. I'd take that with both hands. I think I'm the second best super bantamweight in the world after Rigondeaux, and for me that'd be an unbelievable tournament to be in.
Why do you think Rigondeaux's so avoided? He's a super champion. Is there, if you fight the super champion and you lose, is that a bad thing?
It depends, because what he does to fight is after they box him, like the Biku and the Filipino Flash. When they boxed him, they were never the same again. He did something to them that, I don't know, he just mentally, they were destroyed after that fight.
Did you happen to watch Carl Frampton versus Avalos recently?
I was out in training camp. I didn't watch that, but I heard he boxed superb. I heard it was a really good fight on ITV, and it was a good fight to watch.
Interestingly, we saw the stuff with Scott Quigg after. I don't know if you're aware of this. Scott Quigg was in the ring. Him and Frampton spoke about the fight. Surely you must have one eye on gate crashing these fights.
Yeah, at the end of the day, for them two to fight each other, that's the biggest fight out there at the super bantamweight division at the minute. For them two not to fight each other, I think it'd be a shame, because financially they'll make a lot of money fighting each other than anyone else at this moment in time, and it's a great fight for the British public.
I mean, these fights have to happen. The best fighting the best. It needs to happen across the divisions. How confident are you that these fights will happen in the super bantamweight division?
I personally believe they will happen. Me against either Scott Quigg or Carl Frampton in the future. But this minute time, people want to see Carl Frampton against Scott Quigg, and if I was them two, I'd advise them to take the fight, because financially they're going to be making a lot of money, and hopefully I could fight the winner or the loser out of that.
In your opinion, who wins that fight?
I personally believe Carl Frampton. I think Frampton will stop him inside 6 and 8, between 6 and 8.
How does Santa Cruz compare, in your opinion, to the 3 top British super bantamweights in the UK?
I don't really rate Leo Santa Cruz. I think he's another hype job. I don't really think he's boxed anyone eye-catching yet. And if they offered me to fight Leo Santa Cruz tomorrow, I'd fight him.
Would you go to America to fight? Is that something
of course I would.
you thought about?
Go to his hometown in America and fight him.
I mean, you came to this country. How old was you when you first came here from Qatar?
I came here from Qatar when I was 4 years old, and I was living in Liverpool for 10 years.
Does that make you a Scouser?
I think so, yeah. Something like that, yeah. Of course it does.
I mean, how much do you credit Brendan Eagle, Dominic Ingle, John Ingle, with not just your success in boxing, but your success in life?
In they made me into a man. Obviously, before that, I spent a lot of time on the streets. I didn't really know how to conduct myself properly. I never really went to school. I never really. I was just like a bad kid. And obviously, I come into this gym. Brendan, Dominic, and John spent a lot of time on me. They told me you can't do things like this. You can't do that. And just basically made me into a man.
this gym's got a strong history of producing world champions. How confident are you that you can be the 5th world champion to come out of this gym?
I'm very confident. Brendan's been telling me I'm going to be the next one since I was 14 years old. He's been telling me, he's been grooming me since that age. So for me, when I become world champion, I just can't wait for the day.
Many people have made comparisons to yourself and Prince Nazim, being from the same gyms, etc., same area of Sheffield, and quite similar cultural backgrounds. Do you like that comparison?
Yeah, obviously Nassim Hamed is a living legend, and for anyone to be compared to Nassim Hamed, that's like it's an honour, isn't it? Realistically, Nassim Hamed he's a living legend. He's one of the greats of all time boxing history, and it's good news.
I mean, the history of this gym. When I was coming, this is my first time here today.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be a lot bigger, a lot not flashier, but a lot more size. To think of the amount of world class fighters you've produced, not just at world level, British level, European level, all the way through. It's credit to Brendan, Dom, and John, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's not about how big the gym is or how the gym looks. It's about the teachers, what they teach you, Brendan, Dominic and John, they're very experienced people. They've been in the sport a very long time, and they know what they're doing.
Biggest fight's been announced on May the 2nd.
Yeah.
We've all been waiting on this. Floyd Mayweather taking on Manny Pacquiao at the MGM Grand. What are your thoughts on this fight?
It's an exciting fight. If anyone's going to beat Mayweather, it's going to be Pacquiao, and I can't wait. But my personal opinion, I think Money May is going to steal the fight off Pacquiao.
Do you think this fight cements his legacy, in your opinion, as the greatest fighter of our generation?
I think he's the greatest no matter what. I think if he fights Pacquiao or not, but that's my opinion. But for other people's opinions, they think, well, if he beats Pacquiao, then his legacy is set for forever.
Do you think boxing needs this fight?
Yeah, boxing needs this fight. It needs fights like this. These fights, they put boxing on a different level. They put boxing up there with all the biggest sports in the world, like the football and basketball, and it's good for boxing.
I mean, there's a lot of talk. Is it too late? Is it 4 or 5 years too late, in your opinion?
I personally don't believe. I think Pacquiao in his last couple of fights looked amazing. Floyd in his last fights looked good, and for me personally, I still think it's going to be a good fight.
Obviously, your gym mate Kell Brook, he'll have an eye on that fight as well. Being the IBF world champion, he could potentially be facing the winner sometime next year.
Yeah. Kell Brook is Floyd Mayweather's the WBC. Pacquiao is either WBO, and Kell Brook the IBF. And obviously, whoever wins this fight will be the unified champion of the division. And then hopefully, Kell can fight either one, Pacquiao or Mayweather. For me personally, I think Kell's the biggest and hardest punching welterweight in the world.
To seeing Kell day in, day out, and seeing his aspirations and what he's achieved, does that spur you on in any way?
Yeah, of course it is. The mad thing is, people aren't even seeing the best of Kell Brook yet. He's still got a lot more in his locker. In most of these fights, you've just seen the third and second gear of Kell Brook. You haven't seen it when someone puts it on him and he has to pull something out special out of the bag. And when people start seeing this, they'll realise how special Kell Brook is.
You see some big fights coming up, notably right across the board. When can we anticipate seeing you back in action?
Hopefully May times, Junes. I'm sitting around my team now, speaking to John Ingle, Dominic, and seeing what the best move is for us at this moment in time.
I like the Galahad brass band. I think they're great. Can we see more of the band?
Yeah, if you come to the fights, you'll see them. And if you like him, then come down and see him next time I box.
Listen, I'm always at your fights. I'm always lurking about.
Always there in the changing rooms,
yep.
After the fight, beginning of the fight. I always see you there with your camera.
I'm always lurking about.
Always. Anywhere with this boxing is you.
Listen, hopefully this year is a big year for yourself. I said I hope these fights in the super bantamweight division get made. Because it's important that we see the best fight the best.
Yeah, of course it is. It's just a matter of time before these fights start happening, and be good for British boxing, definitely.
I mean, we've seen some big cards. Hopefully, Hennessy Sports will be pulling out some big Sheffield shows for you.
Yeah, hopefully, we the next fight's going to be a big one, and we're just sitting down and seeing who we can get.
All right. Well, we look forward to some news imminently. Thank you for talking to the Casting Helder show today. I really do appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming down to Sheffield all the way from London, 3-hour train, and can't believe it.
Listen,
Good.
Thank you for having me. I always really appreciate you guys making me welcome.
Of course.